I'm just going to give you a tour of my chicken coop. Not that big a deal, but it started out, I think it was somebody's workshop. I don't know that for sure, but it has signs that it probably was. There were outlets in here and it looked like they had removed cabinets. So I believe it's somebody's workshop. And then it was somebody's hunting shed. And we got it and it became our tool shed. And I wanted to convert half of it into a chicken coop. And then that wasn't big enough and I wanted more. So we converted 3/4 of it into a chicken coop. This section behind me is not finished. We're going to work on that. I like the window opens and shuts. So in the summertime, I can open, they can get fresh air and there can be airflow through here. Like I said, this might eventually, I've got me a chair in here and a little table. Sorry. A little table. If I bring my tea or something with me, I can, or coffee or something. I've got a fan. So we have an extension cord. I don't have electricity out here, but we have an extension cord so I can run my fan. My husband is going to hook up electricity because I need lights in here. I don't have a light, and he's going to give me a plug for the fan. And maybe this section behind me, I might make a brooder or something for small chicks, so I might need electricity for that. I have ideas. We'll see what happens. Now, this smaller section, this door right here, I'm backwards in my camera, sorry. Anyway, this door right here leads into a smaller section. And I have 4 younger hens that I had gotten, 2 Jersey Giants, a speckled Sussex, and a younger black copper Moran. And they were quite a bit smaller. They were fully feathered. They didn't need heat lamps or anything. But I still wanted them on chicken grower or starter instead of laying feed. And the other ones, I felt like they were picking on them more than they should. And so I have them over here separate. So when they're big enough to integrate in the big herd and they're on the same feed, I may use this one for a small, well, I may use this one for a sick one or for small baby chicks or something. I have right now, I was going to get inside and show you. My cat is in here. All right. I'm inside the little pen and I have an automatic door, but I can turn that off if I put little baby chicks in here with a heater or something. But I love that automatic door. It lets them out in the morning and it shuts them up at night. And I have just a small roost because they were young, so it's not very high off the ground. And I have their feed and their water hanging up for them. And this pen's not very big. And they're looking in the door at us. They're wanting to know what I'm doing in here. I can get them to eat out of my hand right now. I've been giving them treats and can get them to eat out of my hand. I have a hard time they won't let me pick them up. I have a hard time picking them up yet. I'm still working on it. Still working on it. Come out of this door. And I like this. Behind me is an old candy machine. And I have chicken treats in it. I have mealworms. And I save my change. And my chickens can get treats. And they've learned the sound when I put money in there and I twist. They learn and they come for treats. It's kind of cute. And I got a couple of buckets right here that I use for feed. That's got my cat food in it. This particular cat showed up one day and just showed up in my chicken coop. And I noticed she wasn't chasing my chickens. I noticed there were no feathers missing, no blood, no anything. She was laying in the coop. The chickens were walking all around her, weren't paying her any attention. So I just left her here. And then she's the one that ended up having the baby kitten Cooper in the nesting box. Cooper was just getting big enough to go in and out the door. There's a ramp outside for my chickens. And evidently he hadn't learned the timer of the door and he didn't make it in one night and he was gone the next day. So something got Cooper. was heartbroken. I was heartbroken. I got so attached to him. But unfortunately, that's a part of farm life. Things happen. Animals die. Not the fun part. Not the fun part at all. Then I have this door to the bigger area. You can come in, Mamacita. Come in. And I have 6 nesting boxes. And I have one sitting in there, a barred rock in there. Got a little ramp. Behind me, I've wanted this for a while. Let's see. My friend gave me this antique chair. I was wanting an antique letterback chair, and I found this bowl at Goodwill, and I put hay in it. I don't know if they'll use it or not. I thought it was a cute nesting box. There's no cover around it, like they're out in the open, so I don't really expect them to use it. Think it's cute. Think it's cute. It's portable, so if I use the other pen for a sick one, or if I have to keep some separated for some reason, trying to integrate them in the herd, there's chicken wire between the 2 pens so they can see and hear and smell each other, whatever. So if I bring new chickens in here, I can put them in there and get them acclimated. So I might put this in there because that's portable. So I could put this in there if I need to. These aren't old enough, obviously, to lay. Like I said, they're still on chicken starter and grower. They're not even on laying feed. And then my roosting bars, which I'm very proud of myself. I am not a builder at all, but I felt like my chickens needed a roost. When I first got them, they were little. And the very first night, we had just finished. My boys and husband helped me convert this half. We hadn't done the smaller part yet, but helped me convert this half for Mother's Day for chickens. And I started looking, and I had done everything except for the roosting bars, and I found chickens and went and got them. And so the first night, they didn't have anywhere to sit but other than the floor. I mean, it's not going to kill them, but they prefer safety reasons and everything up. So the next day, I promised them that night, I said, I will have you roosting bars tomorrow. Everybody had to work. I was here by myself. I'd never used my husband's power tools. It took me all day because I just had to figure out how to even use the power tools. I've seen him use them, but I had to figure it out. Anyway, I did. I figured out his circular saw and his drill, and I figured it all out, and I built these, and actually he was kind of impressed. He couldn't believe I actually made those by myself, but I did. And they always fought over the top bar. And I probably have it too close to the wall. Again, I didn't know what I was doing, so it is what it is. So he actually added this other long bar here, and that's really a stabilizer, but they roost up there too, and then it just goes to the floor. And they have an automatic. Are you an acrobat? They have an automatic door as well. So it lets them out in the morning, and it puts them up or closes at night. What are you doing? You are showing off for the camera. You are a funny cat. And that up there, that window was already there. That is the west side, and that's where our hard weather comes from. So we built a little awning on a hinge, and in the summer it kind of shaded, but it allowed airflow. But we're into fall. It's starting to get cooler, and we now have some rain and stuff. So I just went ahead and shut it. But it's directly across from the other window. So if I open it, there's a good airflow there. And then I have a big window here. It is one that should open and close as well, but the bottom glass, when the county was mowing the side of the road, threw a rock and it broke my lower one. Well, this summer I didn't worry about it because we didn't need warmth. So I either am going to have to cover it in plastic or find another window. I have chicken wire on it so nothing can come in or out, but it won't close. So to keep it warm, I'm going to have to do something with that. And I love it because, like I said, we've recycled the building. It's been recycled 2 or 3 times. The wood on the walls, except for the plywood at the top. That is new. And some of the 2x4s that built the wall between are new. Some are recycled, some are new. But the wood, the lower part of the wood, the lower part of the wood was used from pallets. My husband brought those home from work. They were just going to be burned, so we took the pallets apart and used that wood. This, I redid my porch. These were my porch spindles, and we took them off, and I did something different, so these were recycled from my porch. These are part of the pallets. I love it that the stuff that came in was made in France there, but a different pallet. It says USA on it. So I just love it. I love it. I love it. Like I said, there's nothing fancy about it. The chicken wire, some of it was stuff that we had from old projects. I had to buy some new chicken wire. But that's it. It's nothing fancy. But I finally got a coop for my chickens. And they seem to be happy. They seem to like it. And I like it. And I have a chair. Like I said, I can sit in here with them. Like today is kind of rainy. So if I wanted to, I can sit in and just watch them. On pretty days, I take that outside. It's just a fold-up chair. So I take it outside. And I actually have two. So if I have a friend to come over, we take two chairs outside. I'm in the process of kind of decorating it. Like I said, I have a little, whoops, there's a clock. You can't see it from this side. It's on the other side if I'm sitting on the chair. And it actually worked, but I accidentally locked the cat up in here one day. And I guess she wanted out and she knocked it down and broke it. So it doesn't work, but it's still pretty. And it's the same color as my little table down there. They're kind of a light green. And I have an old antique. Where is it? Can't find it. Well, can't see it in the picture, but there's an old antique lunchbox over there. I was going to have the table real decorated with the antique fan, the antique lunchbox, but right now I have an old empty feed bucket, and I can't decorate too much because chickens are messy. They stir up dust when they scratch in the ground and stuff, so it's never going to be neat and pretty. But it's a chicken home, and I have, like I said, other pieces of chicken wire and other boards. Like I said, we're gonna hopefully finish this soon. I hope. And I would love for my husband to put electricity in here so I have lights at night if I need to mess with them because the days are getting shorter. It is the end of October here in Middle Tennessee. The time changes this weekend, this Sunday. So it's going to be getting dark really early. Really early. So I would like to have electricity. Have a hiccup. My husband's hurt, so he can't do anything right now. So I really don't know when we'll get it done, but hopefully soon. I hope. Thanks for watching.